Welcome to Fun Fact Fridays with yours truly, Vitamin E. So, for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, I welcome you first and foremost, and then I ask that you go and subscribe to my page, Fun Fact Fridays with Vitamin E, so you can get all my crazy stories and my shenanigans. So, with that being said, let's dive right into today's Fun Fact Friday, which was my first visit to Racine, Wisconsin. Okay, so as some of you may or may not know, I was in the military. Okay, I was in the Navy. So, for those of you that are West Indian, let me tell you this: no matter what branch you're in, whether it's the Marine Corps, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, it really does not matter. To West Indian parents, you're in the Army. They only know the Army. So every branch of the armed forces fall under one section or one category to West Indian parents. So that is the Army. And no matter how many times you're like, no, I'm not in the Army, I'm in the Navy. No, I'm not in the Army, I'm in the Navy. They're like, oh, how's the Army? So after a while, you just kind of like give up and you're like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm in the Army, right? So a lot of times, like the question I used to get asked a lot when I was active duty was, oh my God, like, how is it? Is it so strict? Are you guys always in uniform? Do you guys get to go out? Do you guys get to, leave the base? Because I guess you guys were stuck on these military movies that was depicting us as in uniform all day, every day, 24/7. That is a falsehood, okay? Like, for those of you guys that like that drama of the Love and Hip Hops and the what's the other one? The Real Housewives and all these reality shows, they didn't have nothing on, you know what I'm saying, the sailors that lived in the barracks, okay? When I said we had drama, bruh, drama for days, okay? So at this time, my homeboy had asked me to go to Racine, Wisconsin, with him to go visit his side chick at the time, right? So I don't know, like I used to get into a lot of situations that just kind of was like absurd and crazy. But then in hindsight, when I look at it, I'm like, I was like a ding dong, because there was really no reason for me to get on a plane to go to Racine, Wisconsin, to go with this dude to go see his side piece that I've never met a day in my life. But at the time, I don't know, I probably was somewhere in a different headspace, because I was like, okay, it just seemed like shit, why not, right? So to give you a backdrop of it, so this homeboy, he used to date my homegirl, who at the time was like, we were really, really tight, really, really close. She was Jamaican, right? And so, like, we bonded over dance hall music and Buju, you know what I'm saying, Capleton, all of them. We bonded over that. And plus, we both were from Florida. I was from Dade. She was from, I think, like Fort Myers or somewhere like that. And so, we had that in common, being stuck in Oak Harbor, Washington, Whidbey Island. Like, there ain't shit to do over there but drink. It rains all the time. It's cold as fuck out there. Like, it's like a senior citizen, like, place. It sucks. There's nothing to do out there, right? So me and her were always together, we're thick as thieves or whatever. But I forgot, for some reason or other, we had fell out. So we started beefing hard. You know what I'm saying? It was like that Biggie and Tupac shit. Like we was beefing. And so, being petty and doing what you do when you beefing, you know what I'm saying? I knew at the time that her dude was, he was a homeboy of hers as well. But I knew that, I knew the dude was cheating and shit, but I didn't care because I wasn't rocking with her like that. So I was like, hey, fuck it, right? So when he asked me to go to Wisconsin with him to go see his side piece, shit, that was just, that gave me a reason to just be even more petty and be even more messy and stick it to her. So I was like, shit, I'm with it. You know what I mean? So we jump on a plane, we go to Racine to go see his side piece, right? But he had told me his side piece was a nurse. In hindsight, I probably should have asked, like, what kind of nurse. If she was like a CNA, because, them CNAs, I mean, no offense to CNAs. Shout out to the CNAs, because, the nurses couldn't do anything without you, but a lot of you CNAs be trying to pass yourself off as RNs. You know what I mean? And you're not an RN or LPN or whatever. But anyway, he said she was a nurse, so I automatically assumed that, she was an RN. And so, she might have some bread, because at the time she was caking on this dude, like straight, sponsoring him, which I'm looking like, bruh. Like, I wish I would sponsor a dude for a cheeseburger. Like, that shit ain't happening, but hey, whatever, teach their own, right? And so he was like, yo, hop on the plane with him and let's go to Racine. So I did that, not knowing, I'm thinking Wisconsin, like, they make cheese and shit. I didn't know that shit was like the hood, like the ghetto, yo. I'm like, the fuck? So we roll up to old girl's house. We got there like kind of late, so I meet her, pretty light-skinned chick or whatever. And, it was kind of late, so he had already said that, he was going, like, we were going to be staying at her house or whatever, stay the night at her house. So I'm like, okay, cool. So when we got there, bro, it was like rats. Like, I don't know if it was rats or mouse. All I know is I thought the motherfuckers was training for the Olympics, like the U.S. Olympics, because they was showing the fuck out. Like, these rats was, I mean, they was crip walking. They was making hella noise. They was real disrespectful and loud. And she had fucking roaches, right? So at this point, I'm looking like, bruh, I'm not it's a lot. It's real stressful. And I'm like, yo, like, I don't know. I don't think I could stay here, because I don't know if you because like we sitting there talking and the rats are like being real disrespectful and like fuck y'all conversation, and everybody but me is acting like they don't see these fucking rats that's sitting there like, hey, hold up. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there like, yo. So I'm not trying to judge my friend, because, that's my friend. But I did judge my friend, because I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, I thought I knew this dude. But I'm kind of thinking now that this dude, my friend, might be a fucking lowlife. Because what kind of person kicks it with a side chick that has, Mickey, Donald, Yui, what's the other little fucking duck's name? Like, no, it wasn't a duck. Like, all these fucking pets. Like, she had the mouses. Like, she had Mickey in there, bitch. She had Minnie. It was just a lot going on. So I'm looking at this dude like, yo, for real? Like, this how you living? Because my homegirl, even though it was beefing, dog, she was hella clean. She was like Jamaican. Cleaning all the time. Her shit was always neat and stuff. And then you come over here with Nurse Betty, and she's like the rat fucking whisperer. You know what I mean? So it was late. So he was like, nah, it's cool. We'll leave tomorrow. Like, you don't got to get a hotel or whatever. But, in my mind, I'm thinking like, shit, I might not be fucking safe here, because I hear that rats, they'll fuck around and eat your nose and your face and shit. I hear, roaches are so disrespectful. They're just like climb into your goddamn ear canal and shit. So I'm thinking like, yo, this shit might be a very hazardous kind of war zone to stay in Shorty house, right? Not to mention I ain't eat nothing from the day before, so I was hungry as fuck. So I'm like, shit. He's like, nah, don't leave. Like a ding dong, I guess, because in hindsight, he had the car. I should have left and went to a hotel, but it's like this dude was adamant about staying there, like with the rats and shit and old girl. So I'm like, fuck. So she's like, oh, you could come and sleep in my kids' room. So it was like this little bed and shit. And it was like more fucking roaches. Then when it was bath time, like the strangest shit, I'll never forget this. Like, as long as I live, like, she didn't even have like a shower or like a regular tub. It's like she dragged the fucking tub from outside and shit. And then she gave me like a cup. You know what I mean? Like, I was in some kind of third world fucking country to wash my ass. And I was like, God damn, like, I'm like, what kind of nurse is this chick, dog? Because she's living all types of foul and trifling. You know what I mean? And to look at her light-skinned chick pretty, you wouldn't think she's that goddamn trifling. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit. So I take my cup and my rag and the tub that she had dragged into the goddamn bathroom. So I take this struggle fucking bath, and the whole time I'm thinking like, I gotta stay vigilant and shit. I gotta stay woke, because, I don't know if these rats and these roaches are playing a fucking cool and shit while I'm sleeping. So needless to say, I didn't get a good night's sleep. You know what I mean? So we wake up in the morning, I get dressed, because I'm like, yo, I'm ready to roll out. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, we could leave or whatever, but we getting ready to go to the club, like later on that night. So when I got up in the morning, man, my stomach was growling because I was hungry as fuck. Like my stomach was like, oh my God, feed me, right? And I wake up and I smell like sausage. I smell biscuit. I smell bacon. And y'all know me. Those that really know me knows I'm greedy as fuck. Like I'm always down for some food. That's the problem. I love food. I love good food. I love to eat, right? I was hungry as fuck. And she was like, oh, I made breakfast if you want some. I'm like, no, thank you. I already ate. Because I'm looking like, you really think I'm finna eat your food after you got a whole rat team, a whole rat family sitting here training for the Olympics and shit? Hell to the fuck no. You got me fucked up. I'm not eating shit in this goddamn safari that you passing off as a house, right? So, we leave or whatever, and she meet up with us for the club, right? Because we're flying out like that night. She's supposed to give us a ride to go to the airport because I have watched like early, I have watched like early as fuck that morning. And watch is like kind of like duty. You can't miss that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we go to the club, we dance, we drink, we have a good time. Everything was kosher. Then this ding dong picks that time right before old girl is supposed to take us to the airport to try to break up with this chick talking about that shit ain't working out and shit. I'm like, so she like spazzes the fuck out because this girl kind of find out is fucking unstable as fuck. So she's crying and making a whole fucking scene outside and shit. Then she takes out the fucking key and throws the shit in the grass. And mind you, it's dark. And I'm like, oh. And she's all like, and all this other dumb shit. And I'm looking like, bruh. She's like, fuck that, I'm not taking you to the airport. And it's not like now we could just catch a fucking Uber or a Lyft. And back then, man, cabs was like expensive. You know what I mean? So I'm looking like, bruh, like, why would you pick now, right before she takes us to the airport, to fucking confess that you don't want to be with her? Like, are you out your mind? Then on top of that, she's making a scene. Chicks are walking from the club. I'm in the back of the car. They looking at me with nasty ass eyes and shit, all judgmental, thinking that I'm the chick that he's breaking up with her for. And I'm like, look, birds, okay? Calm down. Put your fucking feathers away. I'm not the chick that they're arguing about. So fucking relax, because I'm not out here trying to get into a fight with you fucking pigeons right now. All I want to do is get to the airport so I could get on my fucking flight, so I could make it to watch, so I don't have to be put on restriction or get in trouble. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do. That was my mission. So they going back and forth. So he comes in back in the car like, yo, she said she's not going to take us to the airport. I'm like, bro, listen. Okay? At this point, I don't give a fuck what you have to tell this chick. I don't care if you have to tell her you love her. If you got to tell her you're a little fucking teapot. Whatever she wants you to do, you do it. You fake whatever fucking emotion you got to fake, because I have to be back on the rock at Whidbey Island. You know what I'm saying? So I can make it, for my watch or whatever. So he goes back there and, he tells us some kind of fucking bullshit lie. And like a ding dong, she all like believes him again and shit. And they give each other a hug. And, she's all happy again. I'm looking at this bitch like, bruh. Like, so we fly back. And, luckily by the grace of God, I was able to make it a watch. And, life resumed as usual. But I say all that to say this. Like, a lot of times you do shit and you don't even know why you do it. Like, I don't even know why I even went over there and because there was really no reason for me to go with him. Like, none whatsoever. So I say this to say that, hey, sometimes life, fucked up shit happen, like weird shit, because of you. Like, I just made a ding dong ass fucking decision and all that drama shit, happened. But, later on I did, me and my homegirl, we became friends again. And, I was able to tell her like, yeah, he was dating old girl and she was like the rat fucking queen and shit. And she found that shit hilarious. Like, she thought it was so funny. It was like, that's good for you. You should have never went. And I couldn't do shit but eat it and was like, yeah, you're right. I mean, when you're right, you're right. Anyways, thank you for joining in. Tune in next Friday for another episode of Fun Fact Friday with yours truly. Mwah! Until then, peace, love, light. Bye.